Please hit the...
Welcome to WFC 7 Media Day. That's live on pay-per-view for our third event, November 16th at the Jackson Sports Academy. So what's kind of going on, just a recap of what's been going on for the organization. A lot of stuff has happened in the last few months and the last few weeks. Andre Feely, our featherweight champion, is now signed with the UFC. So we're very excited for him. And then we have Justin Baseman, our former welterweight champion, also was in the tournament for Bellator. So it's good to have those guys on board. Another one of veterans of WFC, Josh Apelt, is on a 3-fight win streak in Bellator as well. Dave Huckabee, our heavyweight champion, he just fought the main event, I believe, and for World Series of Fighting, and won his fight against the promoter. So that won't be happening with us, but we're very excited for him, and he's done a lot for the sport in the region, and it's definitely a blessing to have him go to the next level. And also Luis Gonzalez had a really tough fight in World Series of Fighting, won his fight, still undefeated, another one of our veterans. So it's always been our mission statement as an organization to get these guys to the next level. We never try to hold you guys back. We want to see you on the top organization. So that's kind of what we've stood by, and our actions with, we've had guys lose a fight here and gone to Bellator. So that's always been our mission, is get you guys to the next level and never hold you back. So we've kind of been proving that, and it's exciting to see these guys go. And another announcement for WFC 8 main event. It's pretty much almost locked in. We got Anthony Avila at Alpha Male. He is fighting Alexander Crispin. So that'll be the main event, February 1st. The details are still, we're almost there. So, and then the co-main event is Derek Burnstead out of Team Alpha Male versus Dan Price. So that's going to be a war. So, and we just want to say thank you to Folsom MMA Gold for having us here. We really appreciate you having us here, and thanks for everyone in attendance coming here. And we have our champion, Jeremiah Laviano, in attendance, and he's been a great asset to our organization as well. Yeah. So, and obviously now to the WFC 7 fight card. Obviously, Feely got to call the UFC, which was great. And then basically we had Scott Smith, and Max Griffin. Max actually stepped up to 185 and is taking on that fight. Should be a super fight of the region. I mean, we got Scott Smith, a UFC vet, Strikeforce vet, WEC vet, knocked out Kung Lee. So he's one of the most respected guys and hardest hitting guys in the region. Then you have Max Griffin, who's pound for pound, top 2 in the entire region. So it's going to be a stand-up war, and I'm personally excited to see that. So with that being said, we also have Mike Christensen, Charlie Houston, which should be interesting in the next 5 minutes. And then Dre Mitchell and Joe Neal. And these two guys, when they're starting off going pro, for Joe and Dre, we like to build up our guys to a certain point. We're not going to give anyone tomato cans, but we're going to put on competitive fights. But these guys wanted each other right away. These are the two top prospects in the region, and they both wanted each other right off the bat. So I personally love it. I like it reminds me of Max, coming up. Max always wanted the toughest guys. I mean, he fought Jamie Hara with 50 fights, and he had 3 fights. So those two guys remind me a lot of what Max was doing coming up in the region, and we're excited to see these two. It's going to be fireworks. So with that being said, let's open up for questions.
All right, we'll start with Max. Did you do anything different because your opponent changed? Did that change your strategy? Did that change your training at all? Obviously, it changed your diet.
No, I actually got to continue my diet. I've been training at Fusion Fitness,
in Old Roseville, and it's been putting some weight on me and working on my strength and, explosiveness, and to put 10 pounds of muscle on me. So getting to 170 would have been a pain in the ass this time. So I'm kind of glad Feely got the call, because it would have been rough. It would have been a rough cut. So I got to cut down to 85, which is way nicer, because I love food. So, much better for me. But as far as training, I was working speed and stuff for Feely, because he's really well-rounded. But I mean, there's obviously different fighters, so I'm working on, a couple different tweaks, but I'm ready to fight anybody. So I just got to change a few things, game plan, and do my thing.
Let me go to Christensen. Did you do anything different? I know you guys have some, I don't know if you want to call it Facebook animosity or if it goes deeper than that. Yeah, I don't know. But I'd like to know what rooted all that? What brought all that to the light, and why did we choose Facebook? Was it something that we wanted to prove to everybody?
I honestly, I don't really know how it all started. I think he's got a weird crush on me, which it makes it really awkward being up here. But besides the fact, I want to thank Brandon for getting me on this card. I know during his original speech, he said he doesn't set people up with tomato cans. Well, he set me up with a can, so I want to thank you for that. But besides that, I mean, I don't know, man. I've been putting in the work, so I'm honestly not worried at all. I just moved back up here from Orange County, so I was kind of like, I talked to Dave, and I was like, hey, man, can we get a can? And he's like, oh, yeah, I kind of, I realized that you've had some animosity with Charlie, and so that, I mean, that's how it got set up. That's what I heard. But I don't know, man. We've been putting in the work here at Folsom MMA. I've been doing, I've been putting in the cardio. I see him out there running around with that crazy looking training mask on. It looks like Darth Vader, but so
sexy Darth Vader.
It's going to be a good fight, and it's going to be, I don't know. It's going to be, I think it'll be competitive for the first 45, 50 seconds. So get ready for that.
I don't know what started it though. What started this?
Truthfully, I don't know. I probably said something he didn't like, and he said something, and I just didn't let it go. So that's where my theory that he comes, like he's stalking my Facebook or something. I have no idea. Who cares?
Anthony, you're 11-1. Your loss. Did that do something to you mentally? Did that make you want to work harder? Did it discourage you a little bit? Did the discouragement help push you further?
Honestly, it kind of just made me mad and want to work out harder and work on my ground game. I got to work on, there's certain things in my game that everyone has. Like, everyone has a weakness somewhere, and it just made me want to up my ground game.
Does this thing work? Can you hear me, Mike? A couple questions for you, buddy. I didn't know they stack shit that high at 5'4", but no, as much trash talking as you did at your last fight that I saw that was up with this organization, you lost that fight, right? I think you got your paycheck on it. You didn't lose that fight? Nope. My last fight here, I won.
Okay, what was the fight up there up in Placerville that you lost when you hated the opponent?
That was Darren Cooley. I didn't train at all. That's the honest to truth. And that's my fault. And whatever I lost, a couple $1,000 on it. So, speaking of that, though, I mean, shit, I'm willing to bet my paycheck on this one. I really don't care. But yeah, you were wrong about that. I won my last fight for West Coast, so that's it.
I just don't pay attention to you. Charlie, how do you feel about all this? I mean, you're kind of bypassing it, but he is doing a lot of talking. What are you doing to prepare for him?
So I'm just going to let it roll off my shoulders, and we'll see November 16th. That's all that matters.
Anthony, you're 11-1. Does that encourage you to move towards the pro spot? Do you plan on proving yourself more? Do you plan on calling people out, doing the Christensen approach?
No, I don't like to call anyone out. I'm not as good of a shit talker as Christensen, or else, I probably would. But my approach is just working on my defaults, get better, and then 21, hopefully I'll go pro. No, I'll be 20 on the 18th.
Okay, I got to keep the excitement going with Charlie and Christensen here. He called you a tune-up fight. Do you call him a stepping stone?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Why do I call him a stepping stone?
Next level? You think this is going to boost you as far as West Coast goes?
A lot of other people have done it, so why not?
The bodies hit the